How many ajza of the Quran will you cover? I don't know. I mean, we're going a bit slow at the moment, but it's because at the beginning, always things are slow. But then as you go ahead, the Quran, many of the things in the Quran concepts are repeated, after repeated. So the first juz might take long. But then as you get to the second, third, fourth, fifth juz, a lot of the things have been covered, and that allows you to go quicker. And that's why any tafsir book, I dare you, open any tafsir book, you'll find that Surah Al-Baqarah is probably a whole volume, right? Which is like 2 juz and a half. And then you go to the end and you'll find like 5 juz, 10 juz in one volume. So all of the books of tafsir, you'll find towards the end, their tafsir or their explanation is very concise. Not because those surahs at the end don't deserve the same level of depth, in-depth explanation as Surah Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran. No, it's because most of the things have already been covered. Okay? So that's how it goes. So never look at the tafsir course and be like, oh, Ustad, you've done like what? You've done like half a juz in a year. At this rate, it's going to take you, Ustad, at this rate, it's going to take you 60 years to finish the Quran. What's the point of attending? La, don't think that way. Abadan. Don't think that way. Rather, what you should think is, number one, what you should think is, any Quran that you've learned, any idea you understand is a benefit. The Sahaba radiallahu anhum, some of them, it will take them years to finish Surah Al-Baqarah. Not because our kids memorize quicker than them. It's because they would take 10 ayat or whatever amount, they'll understand it, implement it, then they'll go on to the next. So this is the manhaj and the way of the Sahaba when it comes to learning the Quran. Their manhaj was to take it slow, understand, implement. Right? But now, this day and age, we are obsessed with how many juz a month, how long will it take me to finish the Quran. It's not about you finishing the Quran, Ya Abdullah. It's about, did this Quran change you? It could be that you start Surah Al-Baqarah, you do Surah Al-Fatiha, you start with Surah Al-Baqarah, and by the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, you're a completely different Muslim. Your salah is different, your connection with Allah is different, your understanding of the religion is different, you're steadfast. That's what we're trying to achieve. It's not you finishing the course. It's about you transforming your life. This could happen after finishing Surah Al-Fatiha, it could happen after 1 juz, it could happen after 2 juz, Allah knows best. Right? And remember, my dear brothers and sisters, we've covered this in the tafsir course as well in Ramadan. Surah Al-Baqarah was revealed over the course of 10 years. Allahu Akbar. Cultivating the Sahaba. Surah Al-Baqarah cultivated the Sahaba and made them what they were, radiyallahu anhum. So why are we obsessed with, how long does it take to finish Surah Al-Baqarah? La. It's about changing your life, transforming your life. If I said to you Surah Al-Baqarah will take us 10 years, how many of you would leave the course? Let me ask you a question, right? If I said Surah Al-Baqarah will take us 10 years, how many of you would be like, nah, that's too long for me? If you would be, I'd say to you, you haven't understood the benefit, then you haven't understood the whole point. The Sahaba, Baqarah was revealed to them over the course of 10 years, it changed their lives. And obviously other surahs as well, not just Baqarah. But the scholars of tafsir, they mentioned that Surah Al-Baqarah, it was all about cultivating the Muslim community so that they are ready for the Khilafah. That's one of the objectives of Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay? So inshallah, no matter how long it takes, as long as you're benefiting. Look, you can judge the lesson based on the benefit. If you're attending a lesson, a tafsir class, an aqidah class, and you attend for a week, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're still the same Muslim, you haven't improved, then there's either something wrong with your teacher, or there's something wrong with the content, or there's something wrong with you. Right? Then it's time to do a post-mortem. Be like, where did things go wrong? How am I listening to this knowledge? Or what I assume to be knowledge, right? For 4 weeks. Yes? And it didn't make me a better Muslim. Because the knowledge should lead to action. If it doesn't lead to action, there is something wrong. Either something wrong with the content, with the teacher. It could be something wrong with the teacher himself. As in, he's not teaching knowledge. And, he's not doing things the way Prophet ﷺ did. And he's not focusing on the Quran and the Sunnah. Or it could be that the content that he's teaching is not content that's transformative. Maybe he's focusing on love details and the stories. Like when he's teaching stories of the Quran, he talks about, what's the color of the dog and how many people, and he just goes into details, and the benefits and the fundamentals get lost in the detail. It could be the content. Or it could be there's something wrong with you. Maybe your intention. Maybe you have to look at your intention. Maybe your intention wasn't right. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make is that, my dear brothers and sisters, and I said this many times before, the point of seeking knowledge and the point of these courses is not the transfer of information. It is the transformation of the student. That's the point. right? It's not how much information did you transfer, Ustad, right? Okay? I'm not an internet router, okay? And I'm not Wikipedia or whatever. How much info did it give me? لا. Rather, it's about how many students have transformed their lives. That's how the success of a course should be measured by yourself, by me as a teacher, and by, for me, if I look back at myself and I'd be like, okay, am I wasting my time or am I benefiting the ummah? It's not me looking at, how many YouTube subscribers do I have? It's not how many hours of videos did I upload? It's not how many likes did I get? La. It's about how many of my students have transformed their lives and become better Muslims. And this is what keeps me going. I remember right at the beginning when I started teaching Surah Al-Fatiha and the likes and the tafsir, I remember one of my family members reached out to me showing the appreciation, saying, you know what, I changed and I started praying and my life is going for the better. That is what keeps us as asatida or as dua, that's what keeps us going. That's what makes us happy, and that's why we're here, sitting here, talking to you, teaching you, so that you benefit, you become a better Muslim, and you become a positive influence to your children, your wives, your husbands, your parents, your neighbors, your community, and the Muslim Ummah as a whole. Muslims and non-Muslims, right? That's the point, my dear brothers and sisters. Allah yahfadhkum jami'an.